All right, so this is First Thessalonians chapter 5. First Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 6. I started at 6. I started at 4. It says, "But ye, brethren, are not in darkness, that day should overtake you as a thief. Ye are all the children of the light and the children of the day. We are not the night, nor of darkness. Therefore let us not sleep as others do, but let us watch and be sober." So, Khan, man, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Wa Malak Yahweh Shah, for giving me the spirit and power to do this lesson. All right, so this lesson right here, it will not tarry. Dealing with these times we're in, we see it's getting closer and closer. So Biden and his administration just announced that they're fed up with playing with the people, man. They're saying there's 80 million people that hasn't taken the pen yet, right? And they're making threats to those ones that has not took the pen yet. So if you have not taken that pen, Biden just announced a threat against you, and he's telling you he's tired of waiting. He's losing patience with you. That's what he said. It's threats, man. It's where we starting to see the devil's horns, man. They're getting angry. Why? Because they know their time is short, right? Hey, let's see this though. This is beautiful though, because this is, hey, our salvation is at hand. Right before I play this video, let me get that. Hey, because this is very serious. The more we see them get angry, the more we see Jacob's trouble is going to come. And that's why it's called Jacob's trouble. It's trouble for us because, hey, they're going to come against us, man, full fledged. Hey, horns are about to show, right? Whether you believe that or not, right? You're not going to be able to go to work. You're not going to be able to do nothing, man. And they're fed up, man. And we hear it through the Biden administration. But this is Romans chapter 13 and 11. Romans 13 and 11. And that, knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, right? All the ones that are still asleep, man, it's high time to wake out of sleep. That's why I went to First Thessalonians 5. Hey, we are not the children of the dark. Well, we don't sleep, man. We up 24/7, man. Whether it's this camp, that camp, whether it's this individual or that individual, we're up watching as watchmen do, right? This is our job, man. It's what we commanded to do, right? And we see they're about to announce war. They're about to declare war on the ones that have not taken the pen, the jab, right? We can't say the word anymore because they give us strikes for it, man. That's how you know what we're bringing out is factual. All of a sudden, we get strikes and we get our page taken down if we say certain words, man. That should let you know right there how close we're getting and how accurate we are, right? But let's read it again. It says, "And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than we believe." Hey, so watching this video, man, Lord willing, we can get edified, bring out a couple of scriptures. But this video is the initial point, man. I don't want to make this video too long. So let me play this. Salakia. Share my screen.
It's not the fall the president predicted. Just 2 months ago, he declared,
"Today, we are closer than ever to declaring our independence from a deadly virus."
But with the Delta variant now pushing U.S. hospitals to the brink, Joe Biden.
Hey, so the first little clip he played is where on July 4th, where Biden said that this pandemic is about to come to an end. We're fighting it and we're winning the fight against these germs. That's what he's saying. Now they have a whole different objective, Salakia. All right, go ahead.
Is resetting the battle against the pandemic.
We're in the tough stretch, and it could last for a while.
President Biden unveiling his revamped plan to combat the coronavirus, with vaccinating the unvaccinated taking top priority.
The unvaccinated overcrowd our hospitals, are overrunning emergency rooms and intensive care units.
And we know this is fake information, man. What he's saying is fake, man. Because how it's either they're in hospitals or they're dying. It's one of the two, right? They're saying 1,000 people are dying a day. This is what they're saying, man.
Leaving no room for someone with a heart attack or pancreatitis or cancer.
According to CDC data, a little more than 62% of Americans 12 and older are fully vaccinated, but more people need protection, health officials say, as the country averages over 150,000 new cases and 1,000 deaths every day.
The Delta variant is pushing back hard, but we've got to push back harder, and we have the knowledge to do that. We have the ability to do that, and I believe that our country will.
Hey, and if you look at these clips, man, that always talking about the germs, hey, man, it's always the same characters, man. The same characters with the same scripts. They're saying the same things every time. It's always this dude and it's Fossey. It's always the same two dudes, man. It's all rigged, man. Now, is there gonna be pretty soon the Lord is gonna send plagues? Of course he is. It's pestilence in the Bible. Of course he's gonna send it. But that leads me to this. This is Job 5 and 12, and this is why they mad, man. Right? Because their plan is not working like they wanted it to work, man. Right? People are, hey, the skirt of her skirt has been lifted up, like the scriptures say. Right? That means all the wickedness is being exposed. How are the things of Esau searched out and sought up? How are we figuring out these things? Right? That's why we cannot say certain words on YouTube anymore. Right? When we're doing a lesson, right? They're labeling it misinformation, medical misinformation, right? And they give us a strike. And if you get 3 strikes, hey, they cut your whole page down, right? So now now they care about what words we use when we're dealing with the medical field, right? So this is Job 5 and 12. It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, right? Crafty, cunning. These people is cunning and crafty, trying to make people take this, man. First, it was we should take it. Now you have to. Hey, you have to. Biden telling you, man. He said, I'm losing patience. Right? Biden said, I am losing patience with you people. Right? So this is Job 5 and 12. He disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And the word enterprise goes into success. They cannot be successful. They're not going to be successful. So you know what they're going to do? Revelations 12 and 12. Revelations chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, and we already know who the devil is, the deceiver, the same people that's deceiving us with these germs, man. It says the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. He see his kingdom is collapsing. Time is coming short. Israelites coming back on top. Everybody starting to know who they is now. Hey, and they spent over 500 years, billions and billions of dollars to keep us asleep, man. And I'm going to stress that point because that's exactly what happened. But we still woke up. So it pisses him off all that time he wasted, right? They wasted all this time, man, focusing on the Israelites, and they still ended up losing, right? Like scripture say they would. All right, so let's get another one. Isaiah chapter 59 and 19. Right, this is Isaiah chapter 59 and 19. It says, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood. So this is what you're about to start seeing, man. Biden saying things like this. Let's go back.
Now pushing U.S. hospitals to the brink, Joe Biden is resetting the battle against the pandemic.
We're in the tough stretch, and it could last for a while.
President Biden unveiling his revamped plan to combat the coronavirus, with vaccinating the unvaccinated taking top priority.
The unvaccinated overcrowd our hospitals, are overrunning emergency rooms and intensive care units, leaving no room for someone with a heart attack or pancreatitis or cancer.
According to CDC data, a little more than 62% of Americans 12 and older are fully vaccinated, but more people need protection, health officials say, as the country averages over.
Salakia. Let me pull this one.
Even at home, we explored all kinds of places, like Couch Cove. Book an American Airlines flight on AA.com using your MasterCard so you can plan your next adventure and start something priceless.
First, we must increase vaccinations among the unvaccinated with new vaccination requirements. With nearly 80 million eligible Americans who have not gotten vaccinated, many said they were waiting for approval from the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Well, last month, the FDA granted that approval.
Right. So we look at the FDA, man. The FDA is on the back of everything. The FDA approves the food. It approves everything. So if these people are with approving, the pen for these germs, hey, man, we know not to deal with the FDA also, man. FDA is with them, right? FDA going to approve whatever they want them to approve, right? But this is the initial video I was actually supposed to play. So, Salakia.
So, the time for waiting is over. This summer, we made progress through the combination of vaccine requirements and incentives, as well as the FDA approval. 4 million more people got their first shot in August than they did in July. But we need to do more. This is not about freedom or personal choice. It's about protecting.
Hey, so there you go, man. He said it's not about freedom or personal choice, man. This wrath is about to come down, man. Right? And the scriptures even tell you, even when you consent unto him in these last days, you're still going to be trodden underfoot, man. Man, they're telling you right in your face, man. So let's get this Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, man. They're going to come in like a flood, man. They're going to have military troops, U.S. And that's why they're dealing with the Taliban right now. They got Taliban troops over here to help. You think they're over here for no reason, man? They over here to help, man. It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against them. So the Lord is going to defend us, man. The ones that worship his name in truth and sincerity, right? Hey, straight like that. It's something we got to believe, man. But it says right here, the enemy is going to come in like a flood, man. They're going to come in. Think of a flood. Think of when they let the dam gates open in Louisiana and it gets flooded. Think of a tsunami that happens in Hong Kong or Tokyo, man. That's how they're going to come in. Hey, and usually, you know how Esau like to do it. He like to come on in the middle of the night, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. You go outside and there's military troops everywhere, right? And they're going to be telling you to go back inside until they come to you, till they come and knock on your door, man. Then what will you do? Right? But we see the wrath coming. Let's keep going.
Protecting yourself and those around you, the people you work with, the people you care about, the people you love. My job as president is to protect all Americans. So tonight, I'm announcing that the Department of Labor is developing an emergency rule to require all employers with 100 or more employees that together employ over 80 million workers to ensure their workforces are fully vaccinated or show a negative test at least once a week. Some of the biggest companies are already requiring it.
Hey, so when you even looking at that, hey, it's the same thing, man. You showing a negative test is them putting that thing up your nose. They're giving you whatever it is so that you can declare, so that it can weaken your immune system, man. Make you weak. Hey, but that leads me to this. Let me pull this up. Salakia. It's right here. Spain is on complete lockdown, man. If you do not have the pen records that you have, that you got the pen in your, if you got the pen, you can't even enter into Spain, man. You cannot even go in there. And the other side of it is you have to show that you're negative also. So them sticking that up your nose or wherever they stick it, man, it's to weaken your immune system also, man. It's killing two birds with one stone if you actually look at it, man. But Spain right now, you can't even go to Spain right now because of that. If you have not got the pen, you cannot go to Spain. Right? You cannot go to Spain if you ain't got it. Salakia. Let's finish this.
United Airlines, Disney, Tyson's Food, and even Fox News. The bottom line, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. We're going to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by increasing the share of the workforce that is vaccinated in businesses all across America. My plan will extend the vaccination requirements that I previously issued in the healthcare field. Already, I've announced we'll be requiring vaccinations at all nursing home workers who treat patients.
Hey, so you see they starting off slow, man. They starting with nurses, doctors, nurses and doctors, and then they gonna move down the chain, man. And eventually it's gonna be your neighborhood stores, the neighborhood jobs that you work at. And your job gonna call you and be like, hey, you have to have this before you can return. Or they're gonna call everybody into a meeting at the end of the day and they're gonna say, hey, you guys have to have this before you can return back to work. Hey, and here comes the tribulation. That's where the real tribulation starts. That's where the real depending on the Most High. The scriptures talk about us not staying on him that smote us. Let me get that right quick. Isaiah chapter 10. Let me get that. Hey, there's going to be a point in time where we're not dependent on these people no more. When I say dependent on, you're not working their jobs. You're not getting SSI from them, food stamps, any kind of benefits from them no more. You're going to have to solely depend on the Most High God, man. If you ain't ready for that, man, that's because you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing. But this is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day. And what day? Hey, the last days. The days we're approaching very rapidly. Well, we're already in the last day, but we're talking about the final minutes, man. That's on the clock, man. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, only a small elect, 1/3, man. I could tell you in Zechariah 13 and 8, man. He's going to bring the 1/3 through the fire. It tells you in 2nd Ezra that with great labor hath he made them perfect. Right? It says, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob. Escape from what? Jacob's trouble, man. Them coming down with this great wrath that we see. Right? It says, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth, man. So we're coming up on a time where we're going to have to solely depend on the Most High God and not these heathens, man. And actually it's pissing them off, man, because they won't be God. They said they exalt themselves above everything that is called God. They change times and laws. They change everything, man. They want us to worship them, man. And it all leads to one thing. All of this that they're doing, it all leads to one thing. And I'm going to do a lesson on it, I believe Sunday, Lord willing, if I can. But let's finish this.
Patients on Medicare and Medicaid because I have that federal authority. Tonight I'm using that same authority to expand that to cover those who work in hospitals, home health care facilities, or other medical facilities. A total of 17 million healthcare workers. If you're seeking care at a health facility, you should be able to know that the people treating you are vaccinated. Simple, straightforward, period. Next, I will sign an executive order that will now require all executive branch.
But when he say he's going to sign an executive order, that's a policy of, it's a law, man. When they say sign an executive order, whatever it is a law, right? It's something that you're going to have to do. It's not going to be no questions if you want to or not. So when they talk about executive orders, those are the things that they do overnight that you never know about until it's too late, man.
Federal employees to be vaccinated, all. And I've signed another executive order that will require federal contractors to do the same. If you want to work with the federal government and do business with us, get vaccinated. If you want to do business with the federal government, vaccinate your workforce.
Hey, man, and they ain't playing. Esau is not playing. Esau's about to hit the squeeze on everything. All these companies, man, they're going to be getting rid of you because of this, because they're going to be afraid of their company. Some of these people work hard for their company, man. Some of them work real hard for their company.
And tonight, I'm removing one of the last remaining obstacles that make it difficult for you to get vaccinated. The Department of Labor will require employers with 100 or more workers to give those workers paid time off to get vaccinated.
Hey, and that's it, though. Hey, but I got this article also right here. It says Biden declares war on 80 million people that has not got the germ, the pin for the germs, right? Like I said, we can't say the word, right? But look, it says President Joe Biden on Thursday slammed the 80 million Americans who've but to get a germ pin, asking them what extra is there to attend for. So he's asking you, what are you waiting for? This is what Biden is saying. What are you waiting for? Are you going to get it, or do I got to make you get it? Right? This is what he's saying. It says this is what he's saying. This is just not about freedom or personal selection. It's about defending yourself and people around you. The individuals you're employed with, the individuals you care about, the individuals you like. My job as president is to guard all Americans, he mentioned in remarks in the state dining room at the White House. It says, we've been affected person. However, our endurance is carrying skinny, and your refusal has price. All of us. So please do the proper factor he mentioned. So hey, he's telling you right there, man. Whatever decision you make, there's a price to it. He's not joking, man. Let's get it. This is Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1. Psalm chapter 2, verse 1, it says, why do the heathen rage? Why are they so mad? Because they know that they got it but a short time. It says, and the people imagine a vain thing. What's that vain thing? That they're going to be gods. That they're going to be God, right? And that the Most High is never going to return. And if he return, they're going to take him out. That's a vain thing that they're imagining. It says the kings of the earth set themselves, right? All the kings of the earth, man. You got the NATO and you got the EU, right? They all come together, man, with that one consent. It says the kings of the earth set themselves, and it says Salakia, and the rulers take counsel together. It says against the Lord and against his anointed, right? So it's all about the Israelites at the end of the day, right? And they told you at the beginning, you're only gonna need one pen. Now you're gonna need a pen every 5 months. Now they have pills with the same kind of thing that the pen has. They have pills, and they want you to take these pills every 5 days, I believe it, every couple days. They want you to take these pills, man. So what is it all boiling down to at the end of the day? Let's keep reading. It says, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us, right? Because we're the ones that's supposed to be on ruling, man. We're the ones that's supposed to be on top, right? So they're doing whatever they can to make sure that we do not come out on top, man. Because they know what prophecy says, that we're going to come out on top, man. It tells you that in Daniel chapter 2. Daniel chapter 7 also, right? The saints shall take the kingdom and possess it forever and ever, even ever and ever, right? And that's something they're afraid of, man. That's why they're pushing this. Believe it or not, it's all about you, man. It's all about you, right? It says, verse 4, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. And derision goes into mockery, man. The Lord gonna have them looking stupid because they're not going to be successful. That's why we read that in Isaiah 59. Let me go back to it right quick. Isaiah 59 and 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. when the enemy shall come in like a flood. So they are going to come in like a flood, right? They take this crafty council together. You know, they set up these they set up these crafty, Rex 84 plan and the McCarran Act, and they signing all these executive orders. That is crafty counsel, right? It says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. That means the Lord is going to come in to defend. He's going to come in and defend us, man. So there's nothing to be worried about at the end of the day. I always try to put that in the video, man. Nothing to worry about, man. Because if the Lord is laughing, you should be laughing. Hey, and it tells you that in Job. Let's go back to Job. It tells you that in Job. Job 5 and let's start at 21. It says, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. A destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beast of the earth. So there we go, man. Not only the Most High is going to laugh, but we're going to be laughing also. You should be laughing at them because we see that their plan is failing, right? Their plan is finished, right? They're hanging on threads, right? It's over, man. But let's keep going. So Psalms 2 and 4, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have him in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath, right? The Lord is terrible among the children of men. That's what it's saying in Psalm 66. He's terrible upon the children of men. They are the children of men. They are the children of base men, right? That's what the scriptures say. But it says, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in his sword of displeasure. And so the Most High about to put the hammer on these people, man, right? Because they're trying to put technology in your skin, man, and they're going to try to force you to do it, man, because they want to be God, man, right? So, hey, this is what it all boils down to right here, man. Literally, it all boils down to Revelation 13 right here. This is what it all boils down to. Everything that you think that it boils down to is not. It all boils down to this right here, right? It says the Pentagon team reveals COVID germ 19 detecting chip that can be implanted in the body. That's what it's all about, man. Revelation 13 and 16, man. That's how we know, man. Hey, the elders that taught us this truth, man, they are on point with these scriptures, man. So let's get it right quick. This is what it's all about, man. Revelation 13 and 16. It says, and he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Hey, and we already seen Biden had his first 100 days in the campaign. He said his first 100 days, he wanted to get 200 million people, germ free. Hey, and it doubled before the first 100 days. So they looked at it like we're having more success than we thought, right? Because they was going to try to play games with it, try to ease it in there. But now that they see that it's working to a certain degree, they're pushing it. And now it's starting to backfire. People are starting to see, hey, this is hurting people. This is killing people, right? Hey, it's starting to backfire. Now it's time for the Lord to set them up, put them in the trick bag, right? Because we see this right here a mile away. The Pentagon reveals germ-free detecting chip that can be implanted in the body. That is Revelation 13 all the way, man. So let's read it again. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Remember, Biden said, everybody gonna take this. And it's not just that, man. Understand what nanobites is, right? Understand that nanobites only is used for technology. So why are they trying to put it in your body? Because of this. It's going to give this its energy, right? When you look at Iron Man, that's what you think about, man. When you taking that pen, you're Iron Man now, because that's what Iron Man has on his body. That's nanotechnology, man, and that's what they putting in your body. Go look it up, man. Nanobots. That's what they're putting in your body. And Biden already tells you he wants everybody germ free. It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, right? And this mark, their cover up, them being crafty, is Pentagon team reveals germ free detecting chip that can be implanted in the body. And it says DARPA is the one, the scientist that created this. A U.S. military research lab has developed a chip that continuously tests people's blood for the new germ free, the new germ. Come on, man. It's right there in our face, man. We are here. But it says, verse 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. And that's just what we see, man. Look, Biden tells you, man. He said, you're not going to be able to buy nothing. We're cutting out everybody if you don't get it.
Factors to do the same if you want. Next, I will sign an executive order that will now require all executive branch federal employees to be vaccinated. All. I've signed another executive order that will require federal contractors to do the same. If you want to work with the federal government and do business with us, get vaccinated.
Hey, and everything goes back to the government, man. Everything goes back to the federal government, man. Even dealing with you getting stores getting their food, everything goes back to them. That's why he's saying that. And these executive orders, man, you should really go look into them, man. Like Obama signed an executive order, which is a law. He signed America over to FEMA. Why would you sign America over to FEMA? Make sense of that. So who was America to before that? It's all a game, man. But let's finish this.
If you want to do business with the federal government, vaccinate your workforce. And tonight, I'm removing one of the last remaining obstacles that make it difficult for you to get vaccinated. The Department of Labor will require employers with 100 or more.
Hey, and when they say require, he mean command. You gon' do. That's what he mean when he say require. You're gonna do it or you're finished. You're not working here. These are all federal buildings that you work at, man. They ain't playing. This is the devil coming down with great wrath, knowing that he have but a short time. Hey, and we supposed to laugh at them, man. But this is Acts 17 and 29. Acts 17 and 29 says, for as much then as we are the offspring of God, Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai, it says, we ought not to think that the Godhead is like unto gold or silver or stone graven by a man's device. So right there, it tells you, man, whatever that is that the Pentagon just approved, it has nothing to do with the Most High, man. So why get it? It has nothing to do with the Most High. Nothing at all, man. They want to be the Most High. They want to be the Most High, man. Let's get that right quick. Let's get that 2 Thessalonians. Salakia. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. And let's start at 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. So we cannot be letting them deceive us by these fair speeches, man. Because it's all bullcrap, man. The fact that we can't even say what they're saying on national television every day, all day, that should tell you something. Why are we the only people that can't say it? Why? Why can't we say something that you're saying already? I thought it was freedom of speech, man. But it says, let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. And that falling away already happened. Now we're waking up from that falling away. It says, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. And we looking at him right here. That is the son of perdition, man. Perdition goes into destruction, right? They pushing homosexuality on everyone. Then how are we going to reproduce then? That's how you know they're the son of perdition, destruction. They're going to destroy the whole world if the Lord don't come snatch it out of their hands, man. They're pushing homosexuality on everybody. So what happens if all the men is messing with the men and all the women is messing with the women? Who's going to procreate? The world will be empty, man, because of everyone's lust, man. Like it tells you in Romans 1. But it says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, right? The Most High God said, don't be a homosexual. They like, nah, you can be a homosexual. In fact, we're going to make it a law, and nobody better not speak against it, right? They promote everything. The Most High say, don't eat pork. No, we're going to promote pork on TV, and that's going to be our main dish. Pepperoni pizza. Tattoos. Tattooed, man, they promote all of it, everything that's against God, man. That's why I tell you in Revelation 17, she had a name written on her forehead. It was Revelation 17:5. It says, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. Ain't no other place on earth more abominable than America, man. Babylon the Great. No place, man. That flag you see behind him, both of those flags, man, is demonic as hell. Right? But let me finish this. Verse 4 says, who opposeth and exalted himself above that all that is called God, or that is worship, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And we know he ain't the Most High God, man. He tried to act like God, but the Most High put him in that position that he's in. But the Most High about to strip it from him also, right? And that's what they're afraid of, because they know that their time is coming to an end, man. They know it. They see it. That's why they pushing this on you like that. And they're not gonna stop. They're gonna push it and push it and push it. Right? But they have no idea. Well, they do have the idea. They know that none of their plans is gonna work, man. But they gonna still try because the Lord put it on their spirit to keep trying. Right? This is 2 Ezra 6:9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's what they afraid of, man. Jacob coming out on top, man. Jacob putting them into captivity how they had us. This old fart right here, he's scared, man. They all scared, man. They probably have more meetings than ever, man. Straight up, man. So let me get this other precept. This is Romans chapter 13:1. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God, man. They in rulership because the Most High want them in rulership. He raised them up just so he can destroy them, like it tells you in Romans 9. Right? So everything they bring forth us, man, we already know what they're doing. We know that they're going to fail. We know that we're going to still come out on top. This is what they're afraid of, man, because we're telling this to them to their face, man. And it's scaring them. It's scaring the hell out of them, man. Well, let me drop down to verse 11 and I'll close out. So it says, verse 11, Romans 13:11, in that, knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, man. It's time to stop sleeping, man. It's time to stop playing. Definitely time to not be dealing with joining forces with the government, man. Man, I got to be careful with certain words I'm saying, man. Can't even say certain words. Right? So it says, in that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than we believe, man. We almost out of this place, man. That's why he's so scared. That's why when you look at this video, man, they scared, man.
Workers, to give those workers paid time off to get vaccinated.
They scared, man. Straight up. Straight up, man. So kind. So like it. God, man. So hey, they scared, man. And it ain't nothing they can do, man, but fulfill their lot. Just like it ain't nothing you can do but fulfill your lot. Hey, Lord willing, man, somebody was edified with this lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and the 12 tribes out here doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom.